Hey, it's Tim.
And it's Amy from Go With Less. Thanks for joining us this week. In this week's video, we're going to give an update to our nomadic life itinerary. We have a few destinations all planned out in the next few months, and we're excited to share those with you. I hope you'll stay tuned.
Yep. In 2015, we early retired in our late 40s, and in January of 2020, this year, we sold our home and became full-time nomads. Every week here on our channel on Wednesday, we come out with a new video, primarily talking about our early retirement as well as our nomadic lifestyle.
So let's get into it. Here we are in Asheville, North Carolina. We will have been here close to 7 weeks when we head out. And we have to be on the road. We're constantly moving. So we're finding that about 6 or 7 weeks has been our sweet spot. So off we go to Washington State. That is our end destination. However, we're going to make a pit stop in our former hometown of Denver just to break up the trip. It's going to be a 4-day driving trip. We decided to break it up with a week or so in Denver in the middle.
Yep, so our journey, how we intend to go is we intend to go through Columbia, Missouri. I think that's where we're going to spend the night on the way to Denver. And then from Denver to Washington, we're hoping to spend the night in the Yellowstone area. I really want to spend some time there. However, we don't know how things are going to be in this time of COVID. We're not looking forward to either of these hotel situations. We don't really like the idea of having to stay in a hotel. We like being in a place for a little bit longer period of time. But nonetheless, it seems like we'll do some research and see what we can do to make sure that we're being as safe as possible. But nonetheless, we have to do this. We have to keep moving with our nomadic lifestyle, not having a home. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yes, and then there we're going to be in North Washington for roughly about 6 weeks. And this is not a house sit. This isn't an Airbnb. One of our friends has a family home or like a second home in this area. So she has generously allowed us to kind of crash there. So really nice to have friends with second homes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So while we're so close to Canada, we are hoping to go see a friend who lives in Vancouver. We really, really hope that the border is open so that we can go over. Amy has never been to Canada for the vast majority of my career, for I think about 18 years. Anyway, I worked for Canadian companies for a large chunk of my career, so I've been to Canada a lot. Amy's never been.
And the reason why I haven't been is because you were there on business a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, that's why we haven't been. So Tim had 2 long-term employers for the entire time we've been together. So so no Canada for Amy, and I'm praying that I can get there while we are a stone's throw from the border of Canada this I guess September or so. So anyway, so here it is, the beginning of October, and we are in conversation with the house sit that we did in Maui back in February. That same house owner reached out to us and asked if we would like to come back for a month. Hello, it's Maui. It's like my favorite place ever. We will move mountains to get there. So we are hoping the news from Maui keeps changing. I wouldn't say it keeps changing. It does keep getting pushed back as to when it's okay to get into Maui with a negative COVID test. So we are hoping that it is a-okay for us to get into Maui because we would love a do-over from our sickest I've ever been was back in Maui in February. I would love a do-over of that. And it's a nice place to be able to spend a month.
Yeah, we were thrilled about the idea
of going back. And we love the dog so much.
The dog is super sweet, super cute. Something else to note is that we had house sitting plans that had us in Denver for almost all of October. We were planning to be there for the Denver Film Festival. So all of that has fallen apart for us. So basically that last house sit that we had booked is now off the books. And so that opened us up for this opportunity to go to Hawaii. So at this moment, we don't have anything on the books after mid-November. And so after that, we were trying to figure out what we're going to do. We are looking at a variety of things, including house sitting. We're looking for longer term things. So we've determined, as we mentioned a few weeks ago, I think, that we want to be in a place for roughly 6 weeks. And so an ideal situation would be someplace on the California coast or Arizona or potentially Texas. As the weather starts to get cold up north, we would love to be in some of those places for a longer term house sit.
And I'm going to put this out there just for the universe that I am looking for a full 6-week house sit from mid-November until basically early January through the whole holidays, somewhere along the California coast from basically San Francisco to San Diego. So I'm just going to put that out there because that would sure make life fabulous. Anyway, do you have any travel plans? A lot of our viewers are also nomadic. Are you moving? Are you traveling? Have you been in hotels? Are you like, heck no, I'm not going to hotels? We aren't looking to be outside of the United States other than a week in potentially Canada. But we are going to be in the United States, I think, until the springtime at least. So we don't have any idea where we're going to be, when we're going to be there. We're really just booked out pretty much until the beginning of October, I guess. And then we're still trying to figure out this Hawaii thing because it's not up to us. It's really up to the rules and regulations. So we're booked until October, November. And then after that, we're flexible.
We are flexible, and we've learned a lot about flexibility this year as basically almost our entire house sitting year fell apart. So it's been a learning experience for us certainly throughout this, and we'll learn going forward as well. So we're trying to, I guess, look forward to next year and what might come together. I guess even the end of this year we still have to get figured out. But we're actually, I think it's been a fun challenge. Amy does most, I'm going to go with 99% of our house sitting, house hunting things. I like to book hotels and do some things like that. So Amy does all that work. So I'll give her credit where credit is due. So most of the legwork for that falls to her. So when I say we are looking for something, it's actually Amy is doing most of the house sitting
Thanks,
effort
hon.
there. You're welcome there.
So that's it from us. Just a quick update. We'll see you next week.
Adios.